going to hit record, and Paul, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Good morning, everybody. Can we start with, what do we start with?
I'm
Start
ready.
with I'm
I'm
ready.
ready.
Give a
There we
one,
go.
two, three.
Oh, I'm sorry. One, two, three.
I'm
I'm
ready.
ready.
Ready. We're going to talk a little bit this morning. My name is Paul Toshariba. We're going to talk about a little bit of extreme ownership this morning. I want to talk about the power that it gives you to transform, the power that it gives you to lead, the power that it gives to build teamwork and personal growth. It's a principle from a book written by two former special forces operators. These guys led men into combat at our highest level of our special operations. Those are the times they had to take ownership. So compare that to your day today and tell me how much risk you have compared to them, right? They're putting their lives on the line every day. At first glance, it might sound simple, but when we fully embrace it, it becomes a powerful mindset shift. Most people spend a lot of energy and focus on external factors, the economy, other people's decisions, lack of resources, difficult customers, challenging coworkers, unexpected obstacles. And while all those factors are real, extreme ownership takes a different question. What part of the situation can you take responsibility for? Notice that doesn't ask, whose fault was it? It asks, what can we do to improve the outcome of the situation? There's the growth. There's where the growth begins. When something goes wrong, our natural reaction is often to explain why it happened. We point to circumstances, limitations to other people, but leaders who achieve the most are the ones who look inward first. They ask, did I communicate clearly? Did I prepare adequately? Did I follow through? Did I anticipate challenges? Did I provide the support my team needed to succeed? This mindset isn't about taking blame for everything. It's about taking ownership of anything within your sphere of influence. And that is empowering. Because if somebody else is always responsible for your problem, then someone else always controls your future. But when you take ownership, you regain that control. Think about that for a moment. Every challenge contains two parts: the circumstances you can't control and those that you can respond to. Extreme ownership focuses on the second part. You may not control the obstacle. You may not control the market. You may not control what happened yesterday. But you always have influence over your preparation, your attitude, your effort, and your response. That is where excellence lives. One of the most practical lessons from the book, Extreme Ownership: leaders don't make excuses. Excuses feel good in the moment. They feel good temporarily because they remove responsibility, but they also remove the power. When we say, I couldn't because, or they didn't, or the situation wasn't, we may be explaining what actually happened in the moment, but we're also limiting our ability to improve it. High performers ask different questions. What can I do better next time? That question creates momentum. It creates change. Imagine the impact if every person on the team started every single day with this exact mindset. Instead of waiting for somebody else to solve a problem, the problem got solved. They became the problem solver. Instead of focusing on an obstacle, they focused on how do we fix it? What's that solution? Instead of blame, they lead. And leadership isn't tied to any title. You can demonstrate leadership from any position in an organization. Leadership is taking responsibility for making things better, making lives better. It can look like helping the teammate succeed, clarifying a misunderstanding, taking the initiative on a task, owning a mistake and correcting it quickly, bringing solutions instead of complaints. Those actions build trust, and the trust is the foundation of every successful team. Another important lesson from extreme ownership is humility. Taking ownership does require a lot of humility because it means admitting that we don't have all the answers and that we can get better. Strong leaders are not afraid to say, I made a mistake. I could have handled that better. Here's what I'm going to do differently next time. Far from weakening credibility, this strengthens it. People trust leaders who are accountable. People follow leaders who will hold themselves to the same standard they expect from everyone else. As we begin today, let's consider where you can apply these principles. Maybe there's a file that is stalled out. Maybe there's a relationship that needs improvement. Maybe there's a goal that you've been pursuing without any progress. Ask yourself, what can I do to take ownership of the parts I can control? Not because everything's your fault, but because ownership creates this opportunity. Ownership creates learning, creates growth, creates results. The reality is that successful people aren't those who face challenges, or face fewer challenges. They are the ones who consistently respond to challenges with responsibility. Every day gives us a new opportunity to choose that response. So as you move into today, take the initiative, communicate clearly, look for problems to solve and solve them. Learn from every mistake you make and focus on what you can control. And whenever you encounter a setback, remember the simple question: what can I do to improve the situation I'm in today? Everybody have a great day. Let's take some ownership. Let's solve some problems and crush some goals.
Excellent. Great
Thanks,
message.
Paul.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Paul.
Fantastic.